Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show. We have breaking news for you. All right. I'm not even going to talk about my 250,000 subscribers, not right now, because there's more important things to talk about. Just moments ago, the Supreme Court ruled that they will not block the TikTok ban. Now, remember that President Biden has said that he will not enforce the ban on Sunday. In fact, he will leave the ban to Trump, which basically means that at noon on Monday, Trump can ultimately decide what he wants to do with the app. And we also know that the CEO of TikTok has been hanging around Mar-a-Lago quite a lot. So who knows? But TikTok, they could choose to close the app, but that's not what it looks like. It looks like it's going to be sticking around. Now, the TikTok ban, I want to put this out there for you, that the TikTok ban, it's part of a much larger issue of national security. All right. Right now, also as we speak, Kristi Noem is having her confirmation hearing as Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Now, I believe, and I think you probably believe it as well, that we have a lot bigger issues of security than private citizens' information on TikTok being looked at by the CCP, the Chinese party. Now, earlier this month, the Chinese government hackers, they targeted Treasury's office. Let me show you the headline here. Chinese government hackers targeted U.S. Treasury office that administers sanctions. All right, Treasury disclosed the hack earlier this week, with Washington Post reporting targets were Office of Foreign Assets Control and Office of Financial Research. Now, I also want to turn around and tell you that during the election, both Trump and J.D. Vance's phones were also targeted. All right, check out this headline, which is Chinese believed to have targeted Trump's and Vance's phones in U.S. telecommunications breach. Now, let me be clear about something. All right, we're worrying about TikTok. You're worrying about learning how to do that skip dance or the YMCA dance or what? When they have the capability of interfering in not just our national security, but they already have that same information. If they can hack into Trump and Vance's cell phones, just imagine how inconsequential TikTok information is. Now, this week, President Biden came out with an executive order to strengthen U.S. cyber defenses. Okay, in it, he turns around and he says, Biden strengthens U.S. cyber defenses against both Russia and China threats. Outgoing president signs executive order to tackle U.S. vulnerabilities after attacks that have cost country billions. The Biden administration is making a final push to fortify America's cyber defenses against mounting threats from China and Russia, issuing a sweeping cybersecurity executive order just days before leaving office that aims to tackle vulnerabilities from outer space to consumer electronics. The wide-ranging directive is likely to be the administration's last big policy push before handing the keys over to Donald Trump, who heads to the White House next week and inherits a new world of cyber attacks that have cost the nation billions of dollars and punctured government offices. The goal is to make it costlier and harder for China, Russia, Iran, and ransomware criminals to hack and to signal that America means business when it comes to protecting our businesses and our citizens. And this came from a senior administration official who told reporters that over a week ago. Now, let me be very clear about something. Is Kristi Noem the right person within which to handle it? Does it really matter what I think? The answer is no. Because very much like Pete Hegseth, or whether it'll be a Kash Patel or Pam Bondi, Trump has the Senate. He's got the House wrapped around his finger. We saw that with the removal of Mike Turner. So the answer is, can she do it? Now, I also want to show you last September, U.S. Congress members had their emails exposed. Show it. Thousands of U.S. Congress emails exposed to takeover. In it, it turns around and it says, security experts have repeated warnings not to use work email addresses to sign up to third-party sites after finding that thousands of U.S. Congress staffers could be exposed to account hijacking and phishing, something we have seen again and again and again. Secure mail provider Proton teamed up with Constella Intelligence to search on the dark web, get a load of this, for over 16,000 publicly available email addresses associated with congressional staff. It found that 3,191 staff had their emails leaked to the dark web after third-party data breaches, with 1,848 of these listed alongside plain text passwords. Imagine. A larger number, 2,975, had passwords exposed, although they weren't stored in plain text for all to see. Now, I want to go on and I want to say this, that in March of 2023, at least 17 congressional members had their sensitive health information exposed. Let me show you this. The first one turns around and says 17 members of Congress had sensitive information exposed in data breach. But the article goes on to say at least 17 current or former members of Congress had personal information exposed in the hack of the District of Columbia health insurance data system. And that's according to a top Democrat investigating the matter. And that number is expected to rise. Now, in an interview with CBS News, Representative Joe Morell, Democrat here from New York, said hundreds of congressional staff may also have suffered a breach of their personally identifiable information. He also said, I think the number can and may grow. I don't know what the probability is, but we've only been able to look through some of the data that's gotten out. So, my friends, as we sit here right now, the future of TikTok, it's unknown. The future of TikTok is in the hands of Donald J. Trump and the incoming administration. The future of TikTok is in the hands of potentially Kristi Noem. Now, what am I trying to show you here? Why is this breaking news? Why attack TikTok? Well, is it possibly because this incoming administration doesn't control it to the same extent that they are able to control X, formerly Twitter? Maybe. There's arguments that a large swath of Gen Z, young, obtain their political information from TikTok sites, and that many of those sites are not pro-Trump. Maybe now with pushing TikTok out and the rumor that Elon Musk may be the purchaser gives Donald Trump certainly a lot of comfort in knowing that they will be able to control that app to the same extent that they control X. It's why I say, my friends, that this community right here is extremely important. It's why I say I'm dying to get to that 250,000 subscriber number, because after that, I intend to go for 500,000 so that I could provide you up to the moment breaking news. I can give you facts. I can give you reality, not Disneyland, where you sit there and you wonder, well, is that true? Is it not true? If you get it from this site, if you get it from these episodes, you could take that to the bank that it's factually accurate. And that's why we show you clips. That's why we show you posts. Nothing, in law, we call that documentary evidence. Whatever I say is backed up by proof, not by people's words, not by posts on social media, but by journalists reporting that we take, and I use my experience in order to give you the facts. So stay with us, subscribe, watch, turn your notifications on, and again, share with your friends and family so we can grow this community so that we can remain vigilant during the upcoming times. And as always, thanks for listening.
Hey everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.